As a young professional, I had experiences that taught me a lot about what I wanted out of my career. I started at a cubicle, not for me. I left that job for pharmaceutical sales. I was paid really well, had a free car, an expense account, and as a person in my mid-20s, couldn't imagine things better. It's funny how that works, right? You just don't know what you don't know, because a decade later, that dream job had become just something I tolerated. I still had a boss that was the worst. I was stuck with my phone like a ball and chain. I had to answer to someone else every day, and no matter how well I did, all I was really doing was making someone else money. I wanted to be my own boss, my own CEO. I definitely wanted to be rewarded financially for the work I did. I was looking for purpose. I wanted to change lives and help people. I was looking for more. The things I wanted, you just don't find very often in a job. So let's talk for a minute about light switch decisions. A light switch decision is one that we can make in an instant, yet can have a profound impact on our lives. Taking financial control is something that's possible for all of us. Here's the thing. You are a light switch decision away from changing your mindset and having the confidence to pursue doTERRA as a business model and source of revenue that can be life-changing. There's real power in the light switch decision that you can make to take financial control and begin to live life on your own terms. Let me tell you a quick story about one of my light switch decisions. I had started to do doTERRA while I was in pharma. My husband and I had this deal that when I was making $2,000 a month, I could quit my job. As I was just starting my doTERRA journey, a recruiter called me to tell me about another pharma job that really seemed like a big upgrade. Better boss, better pay, better products, and a company I had wanted to work for. It would have been everything I was looking for had I not learned about doTERRA and what I could accomplish here. I was living one foot in the corporate world and one foot in doTERRA when I received that call. But that night, I made a decision that changed the course of my life forever. I decided I didn't want to work for anyone else again. I wanted to be my own boss. I wanted more. I made a decision just like flipping a light switch. I was never going back. That kind of decision is one that any of us can make. Once you make the decision, however, you have to make it over and over and over again. That line of thinking is the mindset required for us to have success. According to research by Deb Erickson, the greatest challenge and obstacle keeping people from taking action is 97% mindset. Not knowledge or strategy or skill set, those are all things that can be learned. 97% of the problem is your mindset, the doubt, the fear, the worry you may not have what it takes. You know, my husband always says, mastering your mind is the hard part. Once you do that, the actions are easy. Everything here starts with an intentional decision, a flip of the switch. Let me share another story to illustrate what I mean by light switch decisions. Soccer legend Mia Hamm, who won 2 World Cups and 2 gold medals, also played for legendary coach Anson Dorrance. He was an important mentor to her, her first national team coach and her college coach at the University of North Carolina, where they won 4 national titles together. Mia was someone who had all this talent and opportunity, but she wasn't fully tapping into her potential. The two were in a meeting one day, and Anson knew there was more in Mia. He kept pushing her and pushing her. What do you want? What do you want? She couldn't think of anything to say, and suddenly instinct just took over and she blurted out, "To be the best." Hamm couldn't believe what she just said. The words sounded crazy to her, but the more she thought about them, the more she realized they were sincere. She sat in her chair waiting for her coach to tell her to be serious. But instead he asked her, "Do you know what the best is?" Once again, she sat there hoping the question was rhetorical. But finally, Dorrance stood up and walked behind the desk. He flipped the light switch off, and the two of them sat in darkness for a moment. Then he flipped the switch right back on and said, "It's just a decision, a light switch decision. That's all it takes, but you have to make that decision every single day. You can't make it today and say, 'Whew, I'm so glad that's over.' You have to make it tomorrow and the next day and the day after that, the rest of your career." My daughter Olivia, who also happens to be a doTERRA performance advocate, last year became the youngest professional soccer player in American sports history. It was an amazing achievement and one that I'm so proud of her for. People ask me all the time, how does she do it? How is she so good? Or what's the secret? And I tell them all the same thing. Olivia made a light switch decision as a very young girl that she was going to be the best, and her actions tell that story every day of her life. She made a decision and lets nothing distract her from her ultimate goal every day. Because that's the thing about these light switch decisions, we don't make them once. We have to make them every day, over and over again. It doesn't matter if it's me, Olivia, Mia Hamm, or any number of the thousands of people who've made the decision to be all in at doTERRA. In this way, it's always the same thing. It's just a decision, a light switch decision that you make today and every single day after. I wish we were all in the same room right now so I could look you in the eye and tell you that you can do this. This can be your career. I've seen too many examples of different people from all backgrounds find success. Have confidence in doTERRA. Get ready to serve others and intentionally decide today and tomorrow and the next day to take action towards making your definition of freedom a reality.